I want to win as many titles as I can in the long run. I know it's not something easy to do. Many and most players have their career and never get to even the finals or to win championship. But I know it's one of my biggest goals in life. So I know I'm gonna reach this one day or the other, and it's all I'm dedicating the next, I don't know how many years in my life to reach this, and I'm ready to sacrifice anything.
The NBA regular season tips off today, and on the eve of the San Antonio Spurs home opener against the Mavericks, rookie Victor Wembanyama making it clear what his goals are as he embarks on his first NBA season. Now, Wemby is among the Spurs starting five that'll also feature Zach Collins, but Collins is listed as questionable for tomorrow's game with a non-COVID related illness. Now, more basketball news. The nonprofit organization San Antonio Sports announced plans today for the very first boys and girls high school basketball all-star games. The games will be shown exclusively on KSAT12 and feature more than 100 players. RJ Marquez has the details.
Well, it's never too early to start thinking about March Madness, especially when it comes to showcasing some of the top basketball players across the city. And that will happen right here on March 24th at Northside Sports Gym for the inaugural San Antonio Sports High School Basketball All-Star Game. 120 of the city's top basketball players will compete in a full day of hoops right here. The day will include players from private schools all the way from 1A to 6A schools. There will be 4 games total, 2 boys and 2 girls games. There will also be a skills challenge and 3-point contest. Here's what some of the coaches involved had to say.
To start a tradition and to be a part of something brand new and to set the tone for the city of San Antonio, it's a great opportunity for them.
It's all for the kids. They get to play one more high school game in front of the city that they live in. Their friends and family, so it's just an awesome thing.
Every kid, dreams of playing on TV, right? There's not a kid in any gym in any city in the United States that doesn't want to have an opportunity to play on television, let his friends and family see him out there. I think it'll create an enormous buzz all over the city.
This gym will be packed on March 24th, and we're excited to be a big part of this historic high school event. KSAT12 will broadcast all of these games live on KSAT12, KSAT.com, and KSAT Plus. Tickets go on sale in late January. Back to you.
So cool. Thank you, RJ. Now, over the weekend, Southside High School alum and current Incarnate Word quarterback Richard Torres put forth an inspiring performance in UIW's come-from-behind win. The San Antonio native started the second half for the Cardinals, fighting a 24-7 deficit, and went on to lead 4 touchdown drives to win the game 35-24. Not an easy situation to be thrown into.
It was either going to be me or Stubb, and it was just, I just knew I had to be a good teammate. At the end of the day, I just knew I had to be a good teammate, whether I was starting or 9. So, because the guys, they feed off our energy, the quarterback room. So, I think if I were to go out there with my head down and, maybe a little sad about me not starting, I think that wouldn't have been good for the team. I wouldn't have had the half I had, and we wouldn't have won.
The FCS recognized Torres as the freshman player of the week after his 4-touchdown outing. UIW is now 6-1.
And good for local product.
Yes, local product. Love to see it. Round of applause.
Yeah. Thanks, Mary.
Thank you, Mary. Still to come here after the break, a local bicycle group is showing our KSAT Investigates team where the problems are when it comes to the city's bike lanes. What improvements the city plans to make to keep San Antonio cyclists safe. We take you along for the ride next. People who ride bicycles have raised a number of concerns about the state of cycling in San Antonio, from obstructions in bike lanes to a lack of connectivity between key parts of the city.
Yep, but San Antonio leaders telling KSAT Investigates they are listening and they're trying to make improvements. Our Dylan Collier took a ride to see for himself.
Okay. On a warm evening late this summer, journalist Alvin Holbrook and a group of cyclists allowed KSAT to tag along as they rode from Southtown to around the San Antonio Missions.
Rolling.
Breeze for them, but a challenge for these aging legs of mine.
Just about everyone to leave downtown or Southtown are going to take a majority of the roads that we take.
The route is not without complications as cyclists encounter broken glass, a makeshift construction ramp, trash bins, and overgrown vegetation.
Yeah, you'll find like a new bike lane and that type of thing, but you're also going to find a busy 5-lane road with a 40-mile-an-hour speed limit. You're going to find roads that are poorly kept, be it with glass or metal shavings or just potholes.
Then there's the issue of connectivity. Cyclists who spoke with KSAT say it remains difficult to get from one part of the city to the other.
Oh, we're aware, and they're exactly right. There, our cycling network, we have some really great facilities in San Antonio, but they do just abruptly end.
Harley Hubbard, assistant to the director for the transportation department, says the city is currently in phase 2 of its bike network plan. Besides taking part in community outreach events, Hubbard says officials are also gathering feedback through surveys on how to improve the city's cycling infrastructure. The plan is scheduled to be presented to City Council in the spring of 2025. Holbrook says protected bike lanes around San Antonio are a nice addition, but often the maintenance of them is lacking.
We're not necessarily seeing the will or the resources that are put into making sure that those can continually be used into the future.
We're more than happy to respond to those kind of calls.
Robert Reyna is an assistant director for Public Works. His department sweeps the downtown district every night. But arterial roads, main thoroughfares like St. Mary's, only get that treatment 4 times a year. And then there's the smaller local roadways.
So there's potentially bike lanes in the city that are only being swept twice a year.
If they're on local roads, yes.
Reyna says Public Works recently got funding approval for a 4-foot wide vehicle that will be specifically used to sweep bike lanes. Along this short section of White Road, vehicles consistently block the bike lane, despite 8 separate signs informing drivers there is no parking and they can be towed. KSAT could only find 2 vehicles that had been cited for parking along the street illegally.
We are listening, we have ears to the ground. There's a reason this bike plan is taking 2 years, and it's because we are going through a very rigorous public outreach process.
For KSAT Investigates, I'm Dylan Collier.
Now, officials confirm the construction ramp was being removed by a contractor after we brought it to their attention, that makeshift one. The city continues to gather surveys for its bike network plan. You can actually fill one out yourself at sabikenetwork.com. Again, it's at sabikenetwork.com. Just click the white Take Our Survey button on the upper right side, and good luck. We'll be right back. Now to the Israel-Hamas war. The U.S. and other allies urging Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu of Israel to hold off on their expected ground war against Hamas militants in Gaza.
Those pushing for that delay hope it might allow for more hostages to be freed. ABC's Inez de la Cotera has the latest from the war zone.
With a ground invasion of Israel Defense Forces into Gaza possible any day now, the Israeli government is preparing for a potential influx of war casualties. This underground parking lot converted into a makeshift hospital filled with rows of beds and medical equipment.
We managed to fully equip this place. We're talking about a hospital of 130 beds. At the end, there's an intensive care unit.
An Israeli general warning the army will face many deaths if it enters Gaza. Still, Israel vowing to do what it takes to wipe out the Hamas terrorists who murdered more than 1,400 Israelis. Israel defense troops seen training near the Gaza border. The U.S. and other allies are privately urging Israeli authorities to delay their ground war in Gaza in the hopes the terrorist group will release the more than 200 hostages they're still holding.
It's imperative that we work to protect all civilians in this conflict. The value we place on civilian life is the driving force behind our efforts to secure the release of hostages.
2 elderly women were released from Hamas custody on Monday and handed over to the Red Cross, then taken into Israel. 85-year-old Yoshevet Lifshitz speaking alongside her daughter at a hospital, saying she's been through hell after being abducted by Hamas. She says she was taken from her kibbutz, put on the back of a motorbike, beaten with sticks, and ended up in a huge network of underground tunnels in Gaza. She says it was like a spider's web. So far, more than 5,000 Palestinians have been killed in Gaza. According to the Hamas-run health ministry, more than 700 Palestinians have been killed in the past day alone, the deadliest day in Gaza since the conflict began. And millions continue to suffer from a lack of food, water, and fuel. particularly hospitals.
We've just run out of almost everything. Yesterday, a lot of the times we had very little electricity.
Amid growing concerns about the war front expanding, today the IDF says rockets were fired into Israel from Syria. Inez de la Cuetera, ABC News, Jerusalem.
News around America now. It's been nearly a year since 5 people were killed in a mass shooting at Club Q in Colorado Springs. Now the LGBTQ nightclub says it plans to reopen, but a new location. Owners say they talked to a lot of people, including shooting survivors and families of victims, about the plans to reopen. The new nightclub will be called The Q. Construction set to begin once it gets final approval.
You may be able to take your flu vaccine at home next year. The FDA reviewing an application for a nasal spray flu vaccine, Flu Mist, to be able to be self-administered at home. The vaccine, which is the only nasal spray option against the flu, has been on the market in the United States since 2003. Drug maker AstraZeneca asked the FDA to allow adults ages 18 to 49 to be able to give themselves the vaccine or give it to children as young as 2 years old. The drug maker cited a usability study showing people can do it properly without a healthcare provider present.
Back here at home, while the color orange may mean fun at Halloween this time of year, people in one neighborhood say they are sick of it, especially when it comes to orange construction cones.
Frustrating. They say 2 big road projects have been causing them a big inconvenience. But as Katrina Weber reports, the end of the road for both of them is near.
Regardless of the speed limit, these drivers are going nowhere fast unless they can find a way around a roadblock, or more correctly, a blocked bridge on Walter Street just south of I-35.
Wow, it's been going on for a long time, and even when I was driving, I had to go down to the next exit.
Vanessa Johnson and her granddaughter take the bridge by foot these days, their best route to a school bus stop.
It takes forever to walk over the bridge, and plus other people need to drive through here.
It's bad. We got to come down New Braunfels, come all the way back up this way.
Angela Gardner has never driven the bridge during her 6 months living here. TxDOT shut it down back in February for resurfacing.
We went up and we milled some of the old foundation off of it, and we are doing a new concrete overlay on it.
Spokeswoman Tanya Brown says the work was supposed to have been completed in August, just a few days after we took this tour by drone, showing the patched up bumpy surface. She told us a contractor was set to start pouring concrete.
And then we'll reopen that bridge closer to Thanksgiving.
Until then, detour is the word for drivers.
All signs point to this street, New Braunfels Avenue, being a way to get around that bridge closure. But as that sign shows, it hasn't exactly been smooth sailing here either.
This alternate street has been the site of another cone zone, a zigzaggy maze of improvements done by the city.
Is eliminate the flooding, brand new utility. They don't have to worry about water lines breaking, sewer line is not functioning.
The year-and-a-half-long project, which also includes repaved streets and sidewalks, was part of a $9.5 million bond package.
Good news, this project is almost done.
It's a mess over here.
The end of it all can't come soon enough for Angela Gardner and others, waiting on the wheels of progress to run their course, so their wheels can get going here again. Katrina Weber, KSAT12 News.
Yeah, those wheels of progress going through the cone zone.
The cone zone, yeah. I like that, but those drivers do not, though. Let's take a look outside with live cam. Adam, you showed that 7-day forecast earlier. There is a lot to keep track of over the next week.
Yeah, we'll spend a little more time on it here in a few minutes. There is a lot to keep track of. 82 right now. We've got the warmth out there, the humidity. Not much is changing temperature-wise or how it feels until we get to Sunday night and especially Monday. We have a strong cold front to talk about that will affect your Halloween. But between now and then, more opportunities for rain and a lot going on in the 7-day to explain it just a bit.
Good to see some good rain for some folks today, but we know we always have a lot of work to do when it comes to the drought.
Yeah,
yes.
And almost always rain is welcome in South Texas.
Absolutely, and it's good we're in this pattern, and it's going to be very repetitive with these hit or miss showers coming and going daily. There will be some periods of time where we have better opportunities, and I'll point those out for you in a moment. I want to give you the main headlines, and it does include more rainfall on the way. It's some promising rain chances, then a strong cold front hitting Sunday night. That's the updated timing of it, would be Sunday night, so get ready for a chilly Halloween. Between now and then, more rainfall opportunities, and we could use it. Look at the drought monitor. This is updated every Thursday, so we'll have a new one in just a few days. But this is what we have right now. And unfortunately, the extreme and exceptional drought indicated by those red colors in the middle of the screen and over our area. I'm going to highlight them, or I should say outline them with these white lines and then show you the 7-day rainfall estimates on top of it. So here's some of the worst drought in Texas, at least in our neck of the woods. And then you look at the 7-day rainfall, and we had some decent accumulations. It's good to see the rainfall estimates from Doppler radar over 2 inches. The yellow areas indicate 2 inches or more of rainfall estimated by the Doppler radar. And this is right over the exceptional and extreme drought area. So it's good to see some progress. I know we have a lot of work to do, a lot of ground to make up around here, but other parts of the state have been getting some better rain. And if we're not going to get it and get rid of the drought, at least it's nice to see some improvements elsewhere. Now today, actually, just over the past 12 hours, a nice streak of heavy rain from Medina County up through Medina Lake Reservoir toward Pipe Creek, over an inch estimated in and around San Antonio, officially at the airport, 0.16, but generally between 0.15 of an inch to about a half an inch estimated by the radar. Now let's focus on our next best opportunities. Wednesday night into Thursday, 40 to 60% chance then. Then again, Sunday night through Monday, 60% chance. So focus on Wednesday night and Sunday night for the best rainfall opportunities because of the weather pattern and the changes that we're seeing. Here's our futurecast for tomorrow, and it's going to be more of the same. Hit or miss showers coming and going, briefly heavy, but they're going to be moving fast. Low clouds to start the day, some dampness for the morning commute, not continuous rain, just some periods of light to moderate rain moving through. That'll be the case through the afternoon, some embedded downpours briefly, and then generally drying out into the evening, but the low clouds lingering. Let's talk temperatures and our changes. Now, compared to average, October is 1.9 degrees above average. It's going to change significantly. We'll be dipping way below average in the days ahead. Not tomorrow, 73 in the morning, 84 in the afternoon. We have more of those rain chances. We'll be in the 80s tomorrow and 80s all the way through the weekend. But then check out Monday and Tuesday. High temperature of 51 degrees on Halloween. So choose for the warmest costume option. Do whatever alterations you need to do. Temperatures likely in the 40s during trick-or-treating. And as for rainfall, it is possible. Don't count it out, but it's too early to exactly tell if it's going to be raining during trick-or-treating. But a lot going on the 7-day. Focus on Wednesday night and Sunday night for best rain chances, and then a cold Halloween.
And it's gotten even colder than yesterday.
You noticed?
Yes, I did.
Myra's paying very close attention.
I am like this on Halloween.
She's on it.
Yeah.
The Buzz up next.
In the Buzz today, the animals at the London Zoo getting into the Halloween spirit. Okapis went foraging through pumpkins for some treats. Zookeepers stuffed the gourds with their favorite snacks.
Yeah, I love this. Polly, Dolly, and Priscilla, 3 Galapagos tortoises, also joined in on the ghoulish fun. And Tiger teens Zach and Crispin smelled their way to a cinnamon and nutmeg-scented pile of pumpkins. No pumpkin spice latte, however. Nope. All right, talk about a special delivery in Indianapolis. It happened during Sunday's football game between the Colts and the Cleveland Browns. Tylen Jones was at the game to see her cousin, NFL wide receiver David Bell, play for the Browns. Jones went into labor, though, at the game.
And medics at Lucas Oil Stadium helped deliver the baby. They had never delivered a baby at the stadium before. This is Jones' 3rd child, though. She says she is thankful for what those medics did, still overwhelmed about how it all happened. Jones says that she and her daughter, Kim Marie, are doing well, and she says her family got 2 wins on Sunday.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
It's a different kind of touchdown.
Yeah, for sure.
We'll be right back.
Okay, a lot going on here, but hey, let's embrace it because it's been a while since we've had these daily rain chances. They'll be hit or miss in nature, but especially elevated Wednesday night and then again Sunday night through Monday. Those are our best rain opportunities. Chilly Halloween. Prepare for it.
Cold Halloween.
Trick or shivering.
Trick or